The Congress Party welcomes the decision of the government to launch the direct cash transfer scheme on the 1st of January 2013. While some bits of information about the scheme have entered the public domain, I think it's important that we recognize and make known to the people the ambitious scope of the scheme and the immense benefits that it will bring to the people of India, as well as the immense efficiencies that it will introduce into the system of transferring benefits and subsidies to the people of India. This scheme will be launched in 51 districts of India, spread over 16 states on the 1st of January 2013. We hope to be able to demonstrate the benefits of the scheme and then roll it out through the rest of the country. There is an ambitious timetable. A further rollout will begin the 1st of April 2013. But at the moment, we would like to focus on these 51 districts and demonstrating that we can successfully roll out the scheme in these 51 districts. A number of programs have been identified. Actually, 42 schemes of the Government of India now being administered by a number of ministries have been identified. Many of these are scholarship schemes, but there are other schemes like the old age pension, the National Security Assistance Program. There are schemes administered by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There are schemes administered by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. There is, of course, Manrega, the Mahatma Gandhi Narega. Then there are subsidies which are given to the people for food, for fertilizers, for LPG. But in the initial phase, we have identified a smaller number of schemes which are amenable to transfer to a bank account. So let me first explain how the schemes will work. The ministry is obliged to digitize all the beneficiaries. The names, addresses, benefits will be digitized in a standard interoperable form. The digitized data will then be made available to the banks. Meanwhile, most of the beneficiaries have bank accounts, but an effort will be made to ensure that every one of the beneficiary gets a bank account. Simultaneously, the Unique Identity Authority of India is issuing Aadhaar numbers to these beneficiaries. In these 51 districts, we hope that the Aadhaar penetration will be upwards of 80% and more. If the Aadhaar penetration is 80% and more, it's a fair presumption that the beneficiary penetration of Aadhaar will be close to 95% or so. We hope to be able to do that by December 31. We are well advanced in the program. And once we are satisfied that the beneficiary penetration under any scheme with Aadhaar-enabled accounts is 95% or so, then the benefit under that scheme can be transferred through the bank account. Now the infrastructure is ready and in place. The technological infrastructure is ready and in place. The moment the ministry concerned transfers a cash benefit to an Aadhaar-enabled account, then the rest of the process is taken over by the infrastructure that is in place, and it is seamless. It will go through the infrastructure that has been created, and the money will be credited to the bank account. So ministries have been working on this subject, and the digitized beneficiary list for the schemes that will be rolled out on 1st of January are getting ready, and they will be loaded onto the system. Once the benefit reaches the bank account, then the distribution of the benefit, the capacity of the beneficiary to draw the account, works under a slightly different system. He can go to the bank and draw it. But most of them would not have to travel to the bank account or the bank to draw the money. So this will be enabled by a large number of distributors, mainly banking correspondents. To start with, there will be banking correspondents with miniature ATMs, and these banking correspondents are for villages or a cluster of villages, or maybe one for a large village, and they will act as the bank account operator with a handheld ATM to enable the beneficiary to withdraw the cash benefit. But in course of time, other distributors can also join the system. A self-help group can be a distributor. A primary cooperative society can be a distributor. Any other body which can operate a handheld ATM can be a distributor. In fact, we expect multiple distributors to open as many distribution points as possible over a period of time. Initially, of course, the banks have been charged with the responsibility of ensuring adequate distribution points so that the beneficiary can draw the benefit from his bank account. See, under the CBS-enabled banking system today, the account can be anywhere. I don't know how many of you know, when you open a bank account today with a nationalized bank, you are not opening an account with a bank branch. You're opening an account with a bank. And if that bank has, say, 10,000 branches like the SBI has, you can draw the money in any one of the 10,000 branches. Likewise, you can put money in any one of the 10,000 branches. So likewise, the bank account can be anywhere, but the distribution points will be multiple distribution points, and the beneficiary can draw the benefit. On the banking side, I've already held meetings with the chairman of the banks. These 51 districts are in their focus. I'm happy to inform you that each bank has appointed a senior manager to focus on this scheme. The lead bank in each district has been charged with the responsibility of bringing together all the branch managers of the branches of all the banks in that district. On an average, there are about 120 branches of all banks in a district. They are being brought together. They are being sensitized about the scheme, and they will be fully geared to participate in the scheme and to operate the scheme on the 1st of January. On the administration side, I'm happy to learn and inform you that the district collectors of these 51 districts are being brought to Delhi, and they will be sensitized about this program, and we hope that they will remain in their respective charges at least for a year and a half to see through the success of this program. Now, the schemes that have been identified for immediate rollout on the 1st of January are 14 scholarship schemes of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, 4 schemes of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Higher Education, 2 schemes of the Ministry of Human Resources, 3 of the Ministry of Minority Affairs, 2 of the Ministry of Women and Child Development, 1 of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 5 of the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Now, but some of them may start a little late, but roughly about 29 are ready to start on the 1st of January. It's possible that under 1 or 2 of the schemes, they may start a few days late or a couple of weeks late. But ultimately, we want to load all these schemes on the system. Out of the 42, we think about 29, give or take 1 or 2 will be ready. Now, the benefit for the beneficiary is there is no leakage. There will be no rent seeking anywhere in the system. The beneficiary would not have to pay any kind of money to get his benefit. The benefit to the system is, since the account is an Aadhaar-enabled bank account to which the money is being transferred, there will be practically no case of falsification or duplication. No one person can receive 2 benefits under the same scheme using 2 identities. And no one can falsify an identity and get a benefit. So I think falsification and duplication will be practically eliminated. And I believe that that will result in considerable savings to the exchequer. For the government, which is extending the benefits, there are huge efficiency gains. The efficiency gains are incalculable. Today, the system is it goes through several layers. It's a maze. Here, once we have the digitized beneficiary list, figuratively, at the click of a button, the benefit for all the beneficiaries on that list gets transferred instantaneously to an equivalent number of bank accounts. So at any given time, the ministry concerned or the financial advisor in the ministry concerned can capture exactly how much he has transferred, which is an expenditure for the ministry, and an exact equal amount would have been credited to the account of X number of beneficiaries. Today we find that money is transferred from Delhi, but is lying in various places down the system. It's lying in various offices. It's lying in the pipeline. We don't know when it reaches the beneficiary. For example, we get complaints that the old age pension reaches the beneficiary 4 months late. And as we travel around the country, they tell us, I have not got the old age pension for 4 months. Then suddenly 3 months old age pension will arrive one day. Then they won't get it for another 3 months. Then suddenly a month's pension will come. How does an old person plan his or her life if there is no regular stream of an old age pension? It's a small amount, but still there must be a regularity. Likewise, scholarships. Students tell us that for 3 months they get a scholarship and then suddenly it doesn't come for a couple of months. All those inefficiencies will be removed because instantaneously the money is transferred to the bank accounts. I think if you go scheme by scheme, it's very easy to visualize the immense benefits that will accrue to the beneficiary and the immense efficiencies that will accrue to the system. And as, of course, wearing my other hat as finance minister, I look forward to considerable savings once these efficiencies are imparted to the system. The party is very proud that the government has decided to launch the scheme. The party congratulates the government for pulling together all elements. It's not easy. It's not easy to pull together all elements. We have pulled together a number of ministries, we have pulled together a number of systems. Please understand, we've got the UIDI, we've got the banking system, we've got the Information Technology Ministry, we've got state governments, we've got district administration. All of this has been pulled together for the government, and therefore the party is naturally happy to congratulate the government for that. And we think that this is a game changer. We think people will appreciate what the government has done, and we look forward to a successful launch, a successful rollout, and a successful extension of the scheme to as many schemes as possible through 2013.